know what happened to me. Getting smacked by Suge Smith. Everybody knows. Everybody fucking knows. Yes.
What's it been like for you?
Yeah, that was a horrific night, as you can imagine.
Did you hear about what Netflix did with Chris Rock on the first Saturday of March? Well, they went a bit off the beaten path and had him perform a live comedy special on their streaming service. And boy, did it make waves. The show was packed with punchy jokes aimed at big names like Will Smith and Meghan Markle. Now we're here to give you the juicy details on all the hilarious jabs that Chris threw.
I have rooted for Will Smith my whole life. I root for this motherfucker, okay? And now I watch Emancipation just to see him get whooped.
But before we dive in, do us a solid and show us some love by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and hitting that notification bell. Alright, enough chatter, let's jump right into it. Chris Rock didn't seem to be worried about the backlash he received from his recent comedy special. According to a close source, he knows when he's gone too far with a joke, but not this time. He boldly said what he needed to say, and he's not sorry about it. It might sound like he's just blowing hot air, but the truth is, many people have been eagerly anticipating Chris Rock's latest comedic rant for months now, and boy did he deliver. He didn't hold back and dropped bomb after bomb on everyone from Will Smith to Meghan Markle. But that's not the end of the story, folks. There's more to come from Rock's side of the Oscars slap story. He hasn't opened up fully about what he did, what happened, or how he felt afterward. Well, it looks like Chris Rock's latest comedic rant about the Oscars slap isn't going unnoticed, especially by Will and Jada Smith. While Chris has mentioned the slap in his comedy shows over the past year, doing it in front of a live audience and doing it in an interview are two different things. And as with any comedy routine, the audience's reaction matters. With all the jokes that were made in the special, many were curious about how Will and Jada would react. Unfortunately, it seems Will was hurt by Chris's comments about him and his family in the Netflix special. According to sources, he's embarrassed and hurt by what was said, even though he didn't watch it himself.
His wife was f***ing her son's friend, okay? Now, I normally would not talk about this but for some reason, these put that on the internet.
I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely.
Instead, he had people tell him what was said. It's everywhere you look, online and on social media, and the reactions continue to pour in. Looks like Will and Jada have caught wind of Chris Rock's comments about them in his recent comedy special. According to sources, Will has apologized to Chris and would like him to let it go. He feels that he's worked on himself and a 10-year ban from the Oscars is enough punishment. He wants Chris to move on so that everyone else can too. Will is also upset that Netflix gave Chris a platform to insult Jada again, and he thinks it's below the belt. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air actor has a lot to say since he's felt terrible for so long about smacking Chris at the Oscars, but he's tried unsuccessfully to make amends with Chris. Meanwhile, Jada thinks that Chris is obsessed with her and is going out of his way to damage her. For example, the live show was done in Baltimore, which is Jada's hometown. Chris, on the other hand, is reportedly finding some sense of peace from speaking out about the slap. According to sources, he wanted to get this out once and for all and be done with it. After Chris Rock's cathartic comedy special, he's ready to move on. But not everyone is on the same page. While some celebrities like August Alsina and Marlon Wayans supported Rock's truthful and healing approach, others spoke out against it. August Alsina found the special funny and truthful, appreciating that Rock was advocating for the truth instead of solely making a joke. However, others like Alsina received criticism.
I was just glad to see, after what happened and all the trauma and stuff, that he emerged stronger.
I'm glad he's getting a chance to be seen and appreciated.
Marlon Wayans believed that the special was Rock's way of healing. It's clear that the special caused a lot of reactions and opinions in the celebrity world. While Chris Rock had supporters like August Alsina and Marlon Wayans, not everyone was on his side. Taj Jackson, nephew of Michael Jackson, was particularly upset about the way Chris Rock has used his family as a source of comedy for years. After seeing a clip of Chris attacking his deceased uncle in the Netflix special, Taj took to social media to express his anger. He questioned why Chris has been harassing and bullying his family for so long and thanked Will Smith for slapping Chris at the Oscars. It seems that Chris Rock's comedy has divided opinions among celebrities, with some finding it funny and truthful, while others taking offense to his jokes about their families. It seems like Chris Rock's special received mixed reviews, with some finding it harmful and others finding it funny and thought-provoking.
No matter what goes down, we support each other. I support freedom of speech. Obviously, there's no place for violent behavior based on differences in opinion.
However, it's most important to see how Chris handles things going forward with those he had issues with, and sources suggest that things may cool down between him and his enemies in the future. It remains to be seen if this will truly be the end of the conflict between Chris Rock and the Smiths, and if true peace will be made. The incident occurred at his live Selective Outrage Netflix special on the 4th of March, where he addressed various issues he had with many people, including Will and Jada Pinkett Smith. He brought up Jada's comments about him hosting the Oscars and her boycott of the ceremony, as well as their open marriage and her relationship with August Alsina. Rock claimed that the slap he received from Will Smith at the Oscars had nothing to do with him and was instead a result of Smith's frustration over his own relationship with Jada. Rock also made fun of the Smith situation, calling it an entanglement and suggesting that Will practices selective outrage. While some people found Rock's special to be funny and thought-provoking, others criticized it as harmful and taking the low road. It remains to be seen if the Smiths and Rock will be able to move past their issues and reconcile. It's true that Chris Rock's comedy style is often controversial and some may find it offensive. He's known for pushing boundaries and tackling taboo subjects. However, whether or not his jokes are warranted is subjective and ultimately up to the individual viewer to decide. It's also worth noting that comedy often uses exaggeration and hyperbole for comedic effect, and may not reflect the comedian's personal beliefs on values. That being said, it's important to be mindful of how our words and actions impact others and to be respectful of different perspectives and experiences. However, while Rock was talking about the entanglement that Will and Jada went through, he revealed that he didn't get the actions that they took to resolve it via the Red Table Talk episode that shocked the internet. I have no idea why two talented people would do something that fucking low down. Rock continued, "What the fuck? We've all been cheated on. Everybody in here has been cheated on. None of us have ever been interviewed by the person that cheated on us on television." Rock admitted that when the news broke about the couple, he tried to reach out to Smith. And there you go, everyone. A look at the comedy special Chris Rock did and how things are looking for him now that everyone is reacting as they are on which side. Do you fall on the Chris Rock issue? Do you feel that what he did was wrong? Or do you think that some people are taking this too serious and that he was just being a comedian? Do you think he'll try something like this again? Let us know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.
People like, did it hurt? It still hurts. I got summertime ringing in my ears.
No part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment.